All right, today we're jumping into this absolutely wild story of royal jealousy, incredible loyalty, and a high-stakes chase for survival. I mean, this is straight out of an ancient text, but it plays out like a modern thriller. It's really a masterclass in strategy, deception, and, well, how power can get challenged in the strangest ways. And boom, right out of the gate, there it is. No subtlety, no whispering in the shadows, just a direct, chilling order from the king. Kill David. And we're not talking about some random guy. David is the nation's biggest hero. The mission is straight-up assassination. The stakes couldn't be higher, right from the first moment. So how in the world did we get here? I mean, a king ordering the death of his top hero? It all comes down to one thing: deadly jealousy. King Saul, who was once David's biggest supporter, his mentor even, is now completely consumed by envy. David's just gotten too popular, too successful, and Saul just can't handle it. But here's where the plot really thickens. The king's own son, Jonathan, happens to be David's best friend. I mean, can you imagine? He's stuck in this impossible spot. Loyalty to his dad, the king, versus loyalty to his best friend. Well, he chooses friendship. He goes behind his father's back and becomes David's secret informant. And what's so incredible is that Jonathan doesn't just sneak a warning to David. No, he goes and confronts his father directly. He tries to talk some sense into him, right? He's like, "Dad, remember when he took on that giant? All the battles he's won for us. Why would you want to kill an innocent man for absolutely no reason?" It's a really powerful moment. And for a hot second, it actually seems to work. Saul makes this super serious promise, an oath even, saying, "As surely as the Lord lives, David will not be put to death." But this is what's so scary about Saul. He makes this sacred promise, and then almost in the next breath, he tries to kill David himself. His mood just flips on a dime. And just picture this scene, okay? David is doing his job. He's literally playing the lyre to soothe the king's tormented spirit. It's supposed to be this moment of trust and peace. And right then, Saul just snaps. He grabs his spear and chucks it right at David, trying to pin him to the wall. It's an absolute betrayal. So that violent attack, that's the point of no return. This kicks off the first chapter of David's great escape. And it all starts with some seriously quick reflexes. David manages to dodge the spear just in time, and it slams into the wall right where he was standing. I mean, the message could not be clearer. The king's promises mean nothing. It is not safe here. So that very night, he runs for his life. He's not a hero anymore, not a musician. He's a fugitive. So David's on the run, but he's not totally alone. It's kind of wild, right? First, Saul's son helps him escape. And now his daughter, who also happens to be David's wife, Michal, is about to step up with a pretty daring plan of her own. And yeah, the hunt is really heating up now. This isn't just Saul having a bad day anymore. He sends an actual kill squad to David's house. Their orders? Surround the place and kill him in the morning. The net is definitely closing in. Okay, so think about this. David is trapped inside his own house. There are assassins outside waiting for the sun to come up. There is no way out the front door. So, how is he possibly going to get out of this one? Well, this is where Michal's genius plan comes into play. It's pretty clever, actually. First, she lowers David out of a window so he can slip away. Then, she creates this amazing decoy. She grabs an idol, like a household statue, puts it in David's bed, throws some clothes on it, and, this is the best part, arranges goat hair at the top to look like his head. So when the guards show up, she just calmly tells them, "Oh, he's sick." And this little trick buys David some crucial time to get away. But Saul is just too impatient. He gets tired of waiting and tells his men, "You know what? Forget it. Just bring him to me in his bed. I'll kill him here." So his men storm the room, pull back the covers, and they find a statue. Whoops. So as you can imagine, Saul is furious. He confronts his daughter Michal, demanding to know what's going on, and she has to think fast to save her own skin. So she comes up with this lie on the spot, telling him, "He threatened me. He said, 'Let me go or I'll kill you.'" She basically paints herself as the victim, and it works. It gets her out of trouble. Okay, so David is free, for now. But the chase is definitely not over. And this is the point in the story where things go from being a political thriller to something, well, something really, really weird. David's next move is smart. He flees to the prophet Samuel over in Ramah. I mean, he's basically looking for sanctuary with the most powerful religious leader in the country. But, spies are everywhere, and it doesn't take long for word to get back to Saul. And Saul is just relentless. He sends one group of men to go get David. They fail. So he sends a second group. They fail too. So he sends a third group. The man is just not going to give up. But the big question is, why did they all fail? Well, here is that bizarre twist I was talking about. Every time a group of Saul's men gets close to where David is with the prophets, something totally supernatural happens. The Spirit of God apparently comes over them and they just start prophesying. Their mission to capture David? Completely forgotten. They're just totally out of commission. So that's 3 different squads of soldiers, all taken out by this strange spiritual event. You can just imagine how furious Saul is. He probably thinks his men are just totally useless. So he says, fine, I'll go do it myself. And that sets the stage for the ultimate showdown. And this, right here, is the climax of the whole chase. Saul is marching toward Ramah, absolutely fuming, ready to grab David himself. And then, the exact same thing that happened to his men starts happening to him. The hunter has just walked right into the same supernatural trap. What happens next is just shocking. Under this influence, Saul, the king of Israel, this powerful, dignified figure, he strips off his royal garments. It's this moment of complete and total public humiliation. And he just lies there, the mighty king, the determined hunter, completely powerless. Lying there naked, prophesying for a whole day and a whole night, David's biggest threat is just neutralized in the most bizarre and humiliating way you could possibly imagine. This whole event was so weird, so out of nowhere that it actually became a famous saying. Whenever someone started acting completely out of character, people would ask, is Saul also among the prophets? And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Was this some kind of divine intervention to protect David, a judgment against Saul, or is it just a wild story that shows us how fast the tables can turn on the hunter and the hunted?